Welcome, everybody. Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest, and what do we have now? An unboxing. And this is as authentic as it gets. So, I believe this is a game, I don't remember the name of it. Pete sent it to me. Pete is a moderator on one of the sites, one of the Facebook groups. I believe it's the Sports Illustrated Baseball group, I believe. And he sent me this to kind of look at. Now, this is really heavy. Oh, my goodness. Super heavy. Let's look at this. Let's see what we're getting in here. All right, so I'll know the name of it. Ball game or something to that effect. I'm not sure. It's a game that it's a little bit obscure. Now, he did send me a ton of attachments to print out the rules and the ballparks and all kinds of stuff. And that's a lot of work. So we're going to see, first of all, let's take a look at what this is exactly. It's a hard to find game. So on eBay it's pretty expensive on eBay from what I understand. And of course, I'm not selling the game. I'm exploring the game. I'm not in this hobby for anything beyond, the enjoyment and the sharing. So let's see what this is all about. Okay, so let's turn this over. All right, so it's a box inside a box. Let's see what the deal is here. I gotta get rid of these boxes because I can't store these boxes because that's not good to store cardboard. It attracts a lot of our little buddies. So we gotta avoid that at all costs. All right, it is chilly here in South Texas. We're not used to this kind of weather. All right, so there's a lot of bags coming out. Holy smokes. What is this? I have no idea what this is, to be honest with you. Gene Richards. Look at the size of these cards. Holy smokes. What year is this? What is going on? 1977. San Diego Padres. I remember they were a terrible team. Atlanta Braves. Terrible team. San Diego Padres. Houston Astros. Terrible team in 1977. Cincinnati Reds. Pretty good team in 77. This is this is the year that they picked up Seaver. So let's take a look at these cards a little bit more closely. Now, nowhere on these cards, it's called BallPark. Is that what I said earlier? I don't even know what I said. BallPark is called. BallPark Baseball 2010. Copyright 2010. But look at the size. These are the, let me see, what do I have? A strat card somewhere? Oh, here's a strat card. This is a strat card. And this is the BallPark card. BallPark Baseball. I'm going to take a quick analysis at this and try to decipher what it's offering here on the card. Then, of course, I will try to figure out how to play this game. I know absolutely nothing about this game. They asked me if I had ever heard of this game, and I said no, never heard of BallPark Baseball. They tried to revive it a few years ago, and I guess they lost the drive to do so. All right, so Pete Rose. Let's look closely here what we get with Pete Rose. Against left-handed pitchers is the left side of the card. All right, we know that. Against right-handed pitchers is the right side of the card. None on, so you have a column for nobody's on base, and you have a column with runners on. You got to put out 8 MF7 fly 7, a middle fly 7. It's not a deep fly, it's not a shallow fly. That's what I'm guessing. Hit 6. This is a hit there. And then it's a ground out to shortstop. It's a walk. A put out right field. A double to center. A ground out to second. A pop up put out to short. Shortstop 8. That's like, what would that be? Maybe it's just a I'm not sure what a shortstop 8 would be. Put out to third base, a shortstop 7. Maybe that number has to do with the defensive ability of the shortstop, perhaps. Not totally sure. Let me just adjust this camera a little bit because I'm kind of creeping up on the table here as I go over this. All right, so then you have a TL8, a DG4. I would have to have, and he did all the rules and all the paperwork that is attached to these cards. He sent in a PDF format, so I would have to, and it's as an attachment on the many emails he sent me. So I want to thank him for that, and I promised him I would do an unboxing, and I wouldn't sell it. So it's a G05, a first base 9, so that's a single to right, I imagine. A ground out to short, a walk, W is a walk, SS7. Those are the ones that I don't know what that means. An SS7, an SS, because singles, we had a single here. We had a hit 6, a double 8. A double 8 is a double to center. But then what is a shortstop? Oh, shortstop 7 could be to the right of the shortstop into left field. And a shortstop 8 could be to the left of the shortstop up the middle. That's what that could be. So it's could have to do with range, or is that a single? All right. So this one again is a shortstop 7, second base 8, a put out 1. So that's not necessarily a pop-up. I don't know that there's any pop-ups to the pitcher anymore. That's a very, very, very rare play. So it's probably a put-out first pitcher. So it's a pitcher, it's a grounder to a pitcher, I imagine. But then, of course, it's a put-out to the center fielder. And it would not be a grounder to the center fielder because that would be a hit. So it may be, this may be like an odd result right here. It's on Pete Rose's card against right-handers because he is a switch hitter. Remember that. His batting average in 77 was .311. His OB on base average was .377. What is his SA? The other one is slugging average. Oh, that could be slugging average .432. Let me see. He bats switch. He's a GIF is 162. Oh, games played probably 162. And his base running is a 3, and his stolen base is a 4. He feels at an 8. Okay, so now I'm thinking that these shortstop 8 would be an 8 gets it. Right, a 7, a shortstop 7 gets it. An 8 doesn't get it, perhaps something like that, right? All right, let's look at the different ratings here on the against left-handed pitchers. So I looked at with runners on. Let's look at with against a left-handed pitcher with nobody on. SS8, SS7, a T5. Is that a triple past the third baseman? MF8, a middle fly ball to center fielder, depending on the ability of the center fielder. So that could there be a lot of range integrated into this game? That's another question. Hit 6, a 1B8 would be a single to center field, a GO4, an MF9, a W, a PO4, PO5. So a put out to the second baseman, a put out to the third baseman. But a PO is a pop-up, right? Or a pop-out. And then this is a GO is a ground out to the pitcher. So this was a pop-out to the pitcher, and this is a ground out to the pitcher. TL7, triple to left field, perhaps? Triple on a line to left field. And depending on the range. So this could, all these numbers could represent the range. I'm just guessing. So anybody who knows this can chime in at any time and say, hey, dummy, that's what that means. All right, let's look at Ken Griffey. So it looks like these are in a batting order. Yeah, because you have Ken Griffey, you have Joe Morgan, What does a home run look like? So he has a home run 7, home run to left. That's with runners on against a left-handed pitcher. He is a left-handed batter. I hit 5, so that's the way these play. Let's see if there's anything on the back end of the card. Nothing on the back of these. So George Foster in '77 had his breakout season. Batted .320. His slugging was .631. His on-base average was almost .400. Now he has a ton of home runs. He's a righty, so let's look. He had 52 home runs that season. His breakout season. He played with the Mets for about 3 years. Was very not a popular guy in the Mets dugout. So he has a home run there. Oh, and these are the numbers here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So are you up to 25? So is one throwing a? How do you get 25? He said there was something about the dice that were unique, and then I received some dice. I received a little bag. I wonder if he sent me these bags. They're right here. He gives me some instructions. Read dark die first. Okay, let's see. Let's do that. All right, that's a 42. No? Or is that a 6? Could be a... No, but that wouldn't make any sense. Who sent me that? Read dark die first. 0 equals 50. There's no 50 on here. Is this for this game or another game? I just received this in the mail. I don't know. I'm not sure who sent it to me and what it was for at all. So 0. So this is 2 10-sided die? Yeah, there's a 10-sided die there. There's a 10-sided die there. These are 10-sided die. I have a ton of these. Why would they send me these when they see me playing games on my channel using 10-sided die? I used to be a war gamer, so I have so many dice because I used to go to conventions and run games where you use dice, and I'd had rules, and you could move your army a certain way and a certain speed depending on the dice, and so on and so forth. So I have a ton of dice, bags and bags and bags of dice, because I needed dice for the players, and sometimes there would be up to 12 players in some of my games. All right, so George Foster against right-handed pitching has a home run there at 2, has a home run at 10, and has that's it for there with nobody on. With runners on, he has a home run at 9. He has a home run at 7, a home run at 10 at die roll. I guess die roll 10 and 11. He's got home runs, and that's it. So he has 3 home runs here. And then he's got one with nobody on. So this is the column with nobody on. This is a column with runners on. So then Johnny Bench is here. Wow, these are big cards. Well, this reminds me of that other game that has these huge cards, but they're colorful, right? And everything comes in a little box, and it says -6. I forget what the name of that game is. And also a season ticket, which I have, and I'm going to get to eventually. I will play that. I get into a rhythm with games, and I enjoy them so much that it's hard for me to jump from thing to thing, and I like to be super comfortable, and I like it to come to me quickly. So when I jump from, game to game, it takes me a while to get used to it. And once I get used to it, I don't want to leave it. But when I have other projects that I want to get finished, like I have a 5-team project with a Fall Classic Baseball, and that is a blast with 100 seasons, $20 for a PDF, and I have some great mods that were amazing. And Field Day, I'm playing a lot of Field Day today. Sunday's my Field Day, and I think I'm going to make it Monday too because it's going to be a holiday. But Field Day, it's a beautiful game, plays so elegantly and so smoothly. It's hard to go to these games that are kind of bumpy and clumsy and, built 100 years ago, and they just have to roll up the window, right? It only has an AM stereo, that sort of thing. It is rough, what do they call it? No ABS brakes. That sort of thing is what you get with the older games, which I still love. I'm an APA guy, but I was quickly turned to Strat, which I like because I like the increased results, right? Strat has, I think, 210 results, 208 results, and APA only has 36, but then you have the double column, so you can say, you know, it could be up to 72, but anyway. And then I've been playing long ball, which is that blue one there, and then somewhere here I have time travel, which is a lot of fun as well. All right, so Dan Dreesen batted 300. They had a great team in '77. Let me see if I find the Seaver card. Let's look at the pitching a little bit. Geronimo. So this is the lineup. He has a lineup set up here. So somebody played these, but the cards are very clean, and it's not like you can sleeve them because they're huge. Bill Plummer. I remember him. Bob Bailey. I remember him. Mike Lum. Didn't Mike Lum? Ray Knight. The Reds. Champ Summers. They fixed something here. They put something there. I'm not sure. Champ Summers was an outfielder. Ed Armbruster. Left and right field. Okay, I see. Can't make out what that says, but that's how the outfielders are. And then this guy, Fred Orbach, or Auerbach, however you want to say it. Terrible hitter. Couldn't hit his weight. 156 average. This doesn't give you his at-bats or anything like that, right? It doesn't tell you how often he should play. But there's his code. So a shortstop 6 could probably reach a hit that's 6 or less, I'm imagining. So if it says ground out 4, he gets to it. If he doesn't, you may have to roll for, I guess, an error maybe? I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. I got to look at the rules a little bit. Have not done that. Here's the Seaver card, and there's like a rubber band line across this almost. See that? Look at that. It's a rubber band line, and I don't appreciate that because he is, he's iconic to me. He was a local guy, a California guy, but became a local guy when he played with the Mets. I lived in Queens. I lived about 2 miles from Shea Stadium. And he lived in Bayside, which is not far from where I lived. Maybe 25, 35 minutes at that time. Maybe now more, depending on what time of day, of course. But he lived about 25, 30 minutes from where I lived. I lived in Jackson Heights. He lived in Bayside. I believe he had an apartment there with his wife early on, right in the late 60s, early 70s, until he made it, big time. 169 rolled around, he was at another level. But people were much more humble back then. Players did not make the kind of money they make now, and they live in palaces and they retreat into the security of gated communities and so on and so forth. Excuse me. Let me grab a little bit. All right, so let's look at the pitching card. Now I'm seeing. Now I'm understanding. Okay. All right. I think Pete did send me these because he says 00 is red as 50. Read the dark die first. Okay, because now the batter card goes from 1 to 25. The pitcher card goes from 26 to 50. So before I rolled like a 47. 28. So 28 will be on the pitcher's card against a right-handed batter with nobody on. It would be a strikeout. There you go. That's how you play this game. Figured it out. Okay, it didn't take me very long. Let's see. It's a 0-6. A 0-6 against a right-handed pitcher. Fred Auerbach. Let's forget this. Fred Auerbach. Or Auerbach, however you want to pronounce it. Let's go to a guy like Johnny Bench. 0-6 against a right-handed pitcher with nobody on is going to be a L9. So it's probably a line out to right, to a right fielder who's at least a 9. Now let's look at the codes for the outfielders so I can get an idea. Let's look at a guy like Geronimo, who's known as a really good outfielder, or pretty good. Okay, so he's a 1. Feels 1. But I remember him as being a really good outfielder with a 2 arms. So you have a range. Shortstop 1. Concepcion's a shortstop 1. Johnny Bench fields. There's no fielding for Johnny for the catcher. George Foster, LR, so he plays left and right. He's a 1. Not sure what that means. Here we have the second baseman, Morgan, is a 3. All right, so anyway, so the 0-6 with nobody on would be a if Cesar Geronimo's batting, a 0-6 would be a double to right. Let's roll, see if we get a Seaver against Geronimo again. 0-5 would be a ground out, nobody on against right-handed pitcher, would be a ground out to second base. This seems doable. This seems doable. As long as there isn't too many charts, I'm good with the game. I like most of my results to come off the cards. I don't like to go into a lot of charts all the time. It slows me down and it removes the flow for me. So I'm not a big chart guy. I don't like spreadsheets. I don't like any of that stuff. I had a job where they made me do spreadsheets and I left it. I said, no. So this is a 30, so this will be off the pitcher. So a 30 against a right-handed batter with none on would be a pop-up. Okay, there you go, pop-ups. Pop-ups are PUs, I'm thinking. Pop-up 5, because I was looking at PO, and that may have been a put-out, right? So you get a, here you could get a possible, here's a shortstop, (7). Does he make the play or doesn't he make the play? That's weird. Let's look at outfield. That's a PO5. So it's that if PU is a pop up, then a PO is a put out. I don't understand that. Well, runner's on. So that could be either a throw to first, or if there's a runner first and second, then he would step on the bag perhaps. Not sure. This is a weird, look at this one here. This is like a ... 9. What does that mean? Here's another ... 9. Who's this guy? Oh, I'm looking at the picture. Okay. All right. So first base (8). Nobody on. So these are the hits. So a lot of the hits off the pitcher card come with a question mark. So it's a single (7). Not sure what that means. So let's go down this here. Nobody on against right-handed batters, which is, 70% of batters are right-handed. So pop-up 5, first base (8), ground out to second. PO. Okay, so GO means something and PO means something. Not sure what it means. GO3. Pop-up, and could the GO mean ground out? And what is a put out then? A PO, because you have a GO, PU, PO, a PU, okay, and a K, L8, K, KK, MF7, a middle fly 7 perhaps, walk, and okay, let's see what it says. B card, on becomes P card, with becomes first base (shortstop), none out. PO2 from second inning of the game on. Okay, from the second inning of the game on, something changes. So this become P card, a pitcher card, first base (shortstop) with none out. And none out okay. Oh, I see. Okay, a P card, first base (shortstop) with none out from the second inning of game on becomes a put out catcher. Does that mean it's a little nubber in front of the plate, or is it a strikeout? But a strikeout would be a K, so it would tell you there. So that's another question. Why does Seaver Seaver has a, which is his pitching card? Wait a second. Against right-handed pitchers, against right-handed batters. Okay, this is his pitching card, which is messed up, by the way. Got to complain to the company. It's just joking. There is no company. Anyway, okay, well, you get the picture of this game. I'm going to have to try it out. I'm going to have to ask him. I want to print out the minimum right now to get started. Just play a game at some point. Ballpark baseball seems fascinating. I wish that, again, that my same complaint with most companies is why don't they make the player name bigger? I'm a classic APBA guy, and APBA was all about the big name on the card. That brought the card to life. You know, it wasn't about the stats and the numbers. It was about the name and the weight and the height and where he was born and that sort of stuff. And the big name in the middle of the card with the nickname. You have to have the nickname. You know, but then a lot of these guys who designed these games, brilliant guys, they came from that early experience, that training. Their training ground was APBA and Strat and Sports Illustrated Baseball and what's Superstar Baseball? Is that the one with the disc where you spin that? I gotta play that. I gotta order one of those. I've seen those for $25, and I'd love to play that. That would be a blast. Just bang the spinner. That would be fun. Let's bang some spinners. All right. So then this is his pitching card. Is that what I said? Left-handed batter. No, this is his pitching card. This is his batting card. This is his batting card, and he batted 198, which is actually not too bad for a pitcher. And his on-base percentage is 231, so he walked a few times. Don't know that he hit a home run. I don't see any home runs on his card. No. Oh, yeah. He hit a home run. Look at that. He's got 2 home runs here against left-handed pitchers with nobody on. So that's interesting. So he obviously didn't have a lot of... but then he has hits peak here on 1 to 21 become PO4s. So 1 to 21 become PO4s. It's on the pitcher card. Gotta read the rules a little bit. I'm gonna check out the rules. So anyway, that's my unboxing. These cards are huge and heavy. This box, look at just these are 3 teams. Look at that. I don't know how many. Let's count up how many cards you get. Well, if every pitcher has a batter card and a pitcher card, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, even Bourbon, a relief pitcher. He's a relief pitcher. He had 2 cards. 21, 22. Doug Capilla has 2. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. All pitchers have 2 cards. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So, since all pitchers have a batting card and a pitching card, and I have 36 cards total, and let's say they have 10 pitchers, that's 20, so I have 16 fielders, right? 16 fielders, most likely. I'm just guessing off the top of my head. That's what it feels like. Because you know they're not going to have fewer than 10 pitchers, and maybe even more 10 pitchers. So I have between 14 and 16 fielders, and the rest are pitchers up to 36 cards. All these sets look about the same size, so that's what I'm guessing they come with, 36. Now, I'm going to find out more about the history of this game. It looks interesting. I like that I have to learn some different codes, and I feel that this game plays pretty good, pretty easy, pretty straightforward, as long as I don't have to start adding and subtracting stuff. So he sent me. These are not. Wait a second. That's a. Oh, okay. Wait a second. Okay. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. So 1, 2. This is like a 5-sided dice, right? A D5, is it? So it's oh, that's why he sent me the dice, because he was like, Tony's not going to have a D5, and I don't think I have a D5, so he's right again. Pete, thank you very much, dude, and I hope you liked my my analysis of this from a rookie point of view. I've never seen this game before, and I was just guessing at what some of these things mean. So I pulled out a pretty good team for 77. They were not a bad team. Now the one thing I noticed is no like team card that says the Reds, says the manager, says what their record was, and so on and so forth. And with a lot of games, you have that. But he was super nice. He paid for the shipping and he sent this over to me. So he is a class act for sure. And I'm going to try to play this game. So I'm going to tomorrow I'll print out some of the rules. I'm going to talk to him first to get an idea of what I need to, what is a must that I print out, right? What is that? And then once I have that, then I can figure that out. Because he did send me like 10 different attachments, and that spun my brain around. Obviously, I guess they didn't print all that out, or it was heavy, or I'm not sure what's going on with this game. But it's interesting because he was telling me a group of guys really like this game. We're trying to revive it, and I think he said 2018, right? He said 2018. There's a group of guys that are trying to revive this game. So that is the deal, my friends. I have more here. I left some more on the side here. So I'm going to get back to rolling some dice. I'm playing Field Day Baseball. There's a video coming up tomorrow morning. And check it out. And remember, like and subscribe my channel. And please comment. Always appreciated to hear your views. Somebody asked me for 1975 using Deep Drive Baseball. 1975 Pirates and A's. Those were the two teams that were eliminated. And that struck me as a good idea because I really like both those teams. I think they have really good players, and I would love to play that. So it's a what-if type of scenario. I did play the World Series, I replayed the 75 World Series. The Reds won 4 in a row after losing the first 2. And now I'm going to play a 7-game series with the Pirates. What if the Pirates would have beat the Reds and the A's had beaten the Red Sox and they went to the World Series? So that would be good. So thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe my channel. Check out all my other tutorials and all my other information. You reach out to me. Join the Facebook group, BallPark Baseball Facebook group, and we'll find out more about it. And thanks for watching. Take care.